All right, real quick, I just wanted to go over GBP, JPY. Right now we're on the monthly chart, so let's dive into it. As you can see, we had a strong impulse move on the monthly, leading back down towards 125, started 2017, and then price has been making somewhat of a correction wave back up towards 156. So right now, on the monthly chart, you could just find a few key areas and just so the first line I'm about to draw is because we have some type of resistance within this area right here with these wicks. And if you go over to the right, you have a key support within that same area. And then when you keep going over to the right, it also lines up within that area. So I'm just going to put one line down right there. And then I'm going to find a support that does somewhat of the same thing. So if you just look to the left right here, you can see you probably got two key areas from 140 to 154, and then we'll probably break it down into the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly perspective, you can see that pretty much the detailed uptrend or counter uptrend that price was making with these correction move back up. So you can potentially see if you can draw a trend line scenario or any type of counter trend lines. So you got that nice trend line from here, from this point to this point to this point, and then you finally got a breakout. Price is now below, so I could see potentially a correction move back up towards 147, 148 area. Find resistance and then complete the next move down. So let's just break it down to the daily chart. So now you can see the structure a little detailed better. So you had this impulse move from 156 area, and price shot down, pulled up, and ever since it's been making lower highs and lower lows back lower. So we just completed the most recent fib down here, TP'd around 144. So now, since we got a nice correction move and a wave up, we can draw our next Fibonacci retracement from this high down to this low. And we would like to see price pull up towards the 61.8 area, possibly 78.6, retest this trend line and fall within this last key support that happened with this this lower low that happened. So if you just look back to the left, you also had a lot of structure within that area also. So just looking at it from this significant low with this wick where price trapped sellers, and if you just extend it out to the future, you can see how that price aligns all together. So this 147 to 147.5 area would be my first area to look for sales. And then if price were to break through this, then I would look for it to come towards the 148, 149 area. And then I would look to sell it for a new low. And overall, this would be a nice little swing trade because if you just see if price pulls up and fails to break this high at 150, then overall, we're probably going to get new lows back down towards 143, 142. So if price is even at 147, how many pips is that? From 61.8 down, you're probably going to catch a little bit more than 500 pips. So around 400, 500 pips, yep. So pretty nice little swing trade with this. Also, we have moving averages still crossed to the downside. Everything with this pair is still screaming bearish price action. So I'm just waiting for price to pull up a little bit higher, find nice resistance, and then I'll look to sell it potentially sometime this week. So that's my thoughts on GJ. We could go to the 4 hour real quick. So it's just making more detailed structure. So the moves are happening faster on the 4 hour opposed to like the daily. So right now you can see price on my 4 hour, it broke above. Well, first you had a crossover. My blue my blue moving average crossed over my red moving average, which is a signal for potential buy. And then also price broke above my black EMA, which is used as a take profit and also as a trend direction. So when price breaks above my black EMA and it comes back down and holds on top, it's still screaming that price can still go a little higher. And if it went higher, my first area would be my yellow box zone area around 147, 147.5. And then if it goes higher, then that 148, 149 area. And then from there, it'll be an overall swing trade. So with this, GJ moves pretty volatile. So I would say be patient. Don't just jump the gun because it's looking like it may sell right now or whatever. You know, just be patient. Wait for price to at least hit 147. You know, and if it doesn't hit 147, then you still need to learn to practice that discipline so you don't just jump in trades like when you're not supposed to. Because usually I don't really trade during Asia session, and that's usually during the day. For me, I usually like to trade London to US, and I don't know where you're at in the world, but I'm in California, so anywhere from I like to find an entry anywhere from 12 o'clock to like 9 a.m. And then that's usually like the best time for me to find the entry because during the days they usually don't, find great setups. They usually wait for people to go to sleep to the move in the market. So that's just something you'll learn as you're trading more often. But you'll start to see that the moves happen more often when you're more likely when you're asleep. So you'll learn that, certain hours you need to start being up during the day or, find a specific sleeping pattern to where you can be up, 3 hours or 2 hours during that 9 hour gap that I just said from 12 to 9 a.m. So you don't need to be up during the full 9 hours. You just need to find, what part of that 9 hours you want to trade because certain periods, if you go to investing.com, real quick, let me just show you guys. You can come to investing.com and they have a bunch of different like stocks, cryptocurrencies, forex pairs. I usually use it for forex pairs. So you just go to economic calendar to the right, and then they have like the fundamental news events. So for me, right here they have the bulls. So one bull is less volatile, two bulls is medium volatile, and then three bulls is high volatility. So I usually wait for the three bull news announcements because that usually either moves the market for my entry or helps my actual entry in profit. So it just like goes and puts it with the trend. So if I'm selling, sometimes news just helps it out and it push the market down. It just gives it that push. Or sometimes it gives it that stop hunt to where that's my entry, and then I enter off that, and then for the rest of the day, it's probably going the opposite way of the actual stop hunt. But all right, so yeah, you just go to filters, you scroll down, and then you click the three bulls, and then you click apply. And then afterwards, you can just click this week, and then it's going to show you all the high impact news this week. So the next news that comes out is AUD today, later on today. And then you have GBP, USD, and then you could just look for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then certain news pairs usually come out during the same time. Like GBP usually comes out around 1:30 or around 1:30 my time, anywhere from 1:30 to 4:30 a.m. my time. And then USD news usually comes out anywhere from 5:30 to like 9:30 my time, or 5:30 to 11 really. But sometimes you get late USD news, but fundamentals isn't really that important, but it's still something that you should keep an eye on because you don't really want to trade like when let's say it's bank holidays because the market is slow, or during the holiday period, or sometimes when like NFP comes up because it's a 50-50 gamble, you know, it's just stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But overall, going back to GJ before I hop off. So overall, right now, price is still staying above the Black EMA around 145.8, 145.9. I can see price pulling up and making new highs around 147, 147.5. That's going to be my first area I look to sell it. If it were to break that, then I'm going to look for it to go to 148 to 149 area around my trend line and around the 78.6 retracement. So that's my thoughts on GJ. If you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you guys want any recommendations or anything that you want me to cover as far as video content, leave it in the comment section and I'll gladly help. Thank you guys. Take care.